Okay, welcome on in everyone to Saturday, day three of our art practice, or part three for you VOD watchers. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are enjoying and everything's going well. I'm just gonna go ahead and say the timing on getting these out has been a little bit off than I was expecting to. I was hoping to have the part one out around the 25th of August. However, it's currently the 30th. I did not realize that these VODs in total come out to be about 11 to 12 hours. And instead of doing it in parts, because these are 4 separate recordings, instead of doing it in parts, I decided to do it in one chunk, which is a mistake that I'm going to try and rectify in the future, so that I will be editing them one at a time and then combine them later to post up for you guys. This could be an easy resolve by, instead of doing them in one go, I just post 4 different VODs throughout the week. However, I'm not doing that. I think I like this idea better. We'll give it a couple weeks, maybe a month or two of trying it this way. And then if I'm like, you know what, let's actually just break it up. However, I just don't feel like it would be very interesting to have kind of the same, almost the same thing posted 4 times a week. This gives it a little something different. If you're someone who wants to do art, you have a video you can come back to. Or if you don't want to, you don't get the notifications of, ooh, another video posted, art. Ooh, another video posted, art. Or it's just it's a once a week thing. But for today, we do have it a little bit easier today. I say a little bit easier. I feel like this is actually the same thing we've done every single day so far, because I did do this once a week kind of practice last night. When I was working, which was just to take a picture, or to find a picture of like something in perspective, and then draw the lines, and then find the vanishing points. I just used the ruler tool to find it, layer it, or to line it up, find them, make it look nice. So that wasn't too interesting. It was maybe 2 minutes. It took me longer to find a decent image than to actually do it, so I'm not doing it here. However, of course, for today, it feels like the same as always. We do have our pen practice. Again, I keep forgetting to learn how to do color blending. That is an important thing. Do not skip it. I keep skipping it, because I just don't remember. Next, we'll be doing our gesture drawings, half an hour at 1 minute poses. It's interesting to see how I do this differently every day. I really think I am getting slightly better at it. It's not the best. I did do it yesterday, and there's a kind of a flow that worked. I think I'm just trying to put too much focus into the finer details and make sure the anatomy is correct, and then I end up just putting too much thought into it and kind of falling apart. So I think the way I do it, where it's not perfect, but I get the gesture at it. That's what I need to focus on. Definitely a me thing. The next is female and male-female proportions. We've done this one a few times. This is one we did last stream. Not bad. This one I did last night. Again, it's not 100% accurate. However, I feel like this looks a little bit better. I think the waist needs to be adjusted a little bit. Legs aren't exact. I think they're a little bit too much curve in the leg. However, it's a little bit better. So there is improvement. If you're learning to do this, go back and check to see what you've done in the past, and then compare it to what you're doing today. Or I do this kind of the same thing every day as practice. If you're doing the same, it's nice to take a look back and see, go ahead and compare it. Like this head, the heads aren't not perfect, but better. Take a look back and see what you've done, and kind of compare and be like, oh, I have improved. Because if you just keep going, you're like, I don't feel like I'm improving. That's what I was doing yesterday. It's like, I don't feel like I'm improving. So I looked back through all the stuff I did. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's some change. So we have the male and female proportions, and then our perspective 1, assignment 2, which is just drawing the shapes in 1 and 2 point perspective, though I do add 3 to that. 3 points fun. We may do a field of different cubal shapes. I may turn some of them into different kind of shapes. I may try and rotate something. I don't 100% know right now. We have this assignment next week as well in those VODs and in the streams if you're here live. But instead of doing it just cubes, I'm going to try and find some reference images for things in 1, 2, and 3-point perspective, and we may try to do more of those. So instead of just like, you know, if we're doing 3 points, so instead of a field of cubes, I might try and make like kind of like a city. You know, I'll move the points out, kind of line things up. We may do like, the only thing I think of is like, you know, a tall building street, kind of like you would see in like Chicago or Tokyo, you know, something like that. Or we may do, you know, something smaller that kind of spaces out. Probably no coloring, probably no shading, unless I can kind of get to those. That is a little bit more farther out time-wise than what I'm doing now, just because I'm following the art school program. I don't want to overload myself, but I think I'm going to be picking up more stuff to do. I definitely want to make my characters better, so I might skip ahead to some anatomy and find a way to practice that a little bit more. And, you know, anatomy proportions to make these a little bit better and a little bit more actual decent looking. And I definitely do need to work on my gesture drawings. But I think that's a I'm thinking wrong. I think that's a me thing. But of course, links for Marc Brunet's stuff, who is the author, the creator, the teacher for the art program. He has a YouTube. He has the art program up on his QBrush page. Those links are always in the description. For gesture drawings, I'll say it again when we get there. I'm using the same site as always. Of course, that link is always in the description. If you're someone who likes to talk about the brushes people use, these are from Marc Brunet, also on his QBrush page. These are free for anyone. So if you want those, it's also on that page. So that's where I get all this stuff. I am in a slightly chatty mood today. So if you're like, ooh, vibe's a little different, that's why. Caffeinated, I'm a little late, I had some decent sleep. And tomorrow I start my higher dose of ADHD meds. I don't know how well it's gonna work. I may be hyper focused, I may be too chatty and kind of lost, spacey. So VOD watchers, prepare for that in part 4. If you're here live, prepare for that tomorrow. I just want to give that heads up just in case it's a lot different. If it's too different, I probably won't do the art practice on stream then. I may do that off stream. And that would be a game VOD. Speaking of which, I need to make the SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman VOD. I got a backlog of stuff to do. Why do I have a white brush? These I kind of go in 2 different directions. We go horizontal and then vertical, just for nice little hand warm-ups. I have not done art today. Late to get to stream today. Me and Mama Goose had to run some errands. I woke up late, and then I had to drain our stock tank pool. We don't think it's gonna get hot enough to use it again this year. So Mama Goose needed a hand getting that, and she's doing the artwork. So I've not had time to kind of warm up anything. So we're kind of just doing it. YouTube, I was talking about this with Twitch chat a little bit ago, but I want to keep talking about it. I got the book in yesterday. and I'm so excited about it. It is Game Engine Architecture. I cannot see the author from here, but it is a super interesting book. I'm still on chapter 1, the introduction. Like, I haven't even started learning anything technical-wise, besides just some terms. But I can definitely foresee some really interesting streams in our future. And depending if what software libraries I can get from the major manufacturers, as long as no one rats, we can probably do, like, Nintendo Switch development on stream. We can try and make actual engines. But if we have to do it for just for PC, we'll PC Mac Linux will do that instead. But that's a little lot of ways away. I still have to do math. Which, do you guys want to see that? The only thing I can think of right now is like the Khan Academy challenge where we just try and master all the subjects. I don't know if that's going to be interesting. I say as I'm just drawing the same fucking lines every day. I don't know if that's interesting. I'm sure there's so many frames from both of these weak VODs that are the exact same shit. But, I don't know, would it? You guys tell me what y'all think. I'm just spitballing these. Like, all this content I'm doing, I'm really just, like, doing it, looking at analytics, and be like, okay, is this doing anything? As much as I love doing this, like, if it's not helping me, kind of content-wise, I would probably have to do something different then. That's not, you know, anything bad. As much as I'd love to do productivity on stream and do this kind of stuff, the streaming portion is kind of my biggest target right now, my biggest priority. So I'm just doing a little bit of everything on stream just to, you know, get used to streaming, and if we grow, we grow. If we don't, I have to, kind of change plans. Not a huge deal. We learn as we go. It's like if, let's say, for example, like if the drawing's not that popular, but, say maybe like programming would be more more interesting. If people would enjoy that content more, you know, we can shift towards that. Or if, say, like music theory and composition, sound design, if that's what people want to see, you know, I will kind of shift early to that, slowly work on that off stream to get to doing that. And then I just do this off stream, where I'll, you know, for stream I'll do some stuff, and after stream I do some stuff, or wherever I can fit it in. And then we do more, you know, the other stuff. It's not a, I adjust my hat every time. It's not something that's gonna be, too terrible to do. Yeah, it is what it is. Because all this is, getting to the making of the game stuff. Because I know there's some people out there, and I myself kind of like watching this, you know, I like to see people struggle. No, just the, watching people get to the results and trying to figure it out, other than just, hi, welcome to my stream where it's gonna be something good and it's gonna look effortless and stuff like that. Which is, I know it's not. But there's some people out there who's like, we're gonna do the drawing, and they create, like, good art every time. I know there's some people out there who are like, ooh, the beginner's doing it, and watching them kind of figure it out. And we see that with games too. Like, it's not just the professional gamers who are, doing stuff on Twitch, making content. Like, there's people who play the new games they never played before, and they gotta learn how to do it. I'm not gonna be, I have the uh, trying to do other derivative content. So like the YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok kind of stuff from this. It's possible, but it is kind of a struggle because usually the clips I see are like funny hype moments. But like, guy rambles about jack shit while drawing circles. That's I think that's comparing myself too much to other content. I am doing a niche thing. I am my own niche. I just haven't also checked things. I haven't gone through my VODs. Which, if you are someone who wants to make content, and when you edit your VODs, you watch it either muted or high speed. I'm guilty about that. And you like have not watched your VODs back in real time, whether actively or kind of as a background thing while you do something else. Do that. And if you try and tell me why would I do that, then why would someone else watch it? If you're not going to watch your content, why would someone else? And again, if you're like, I don't think it's that enjoyable, then other people don't either. How do you learn? Self-reflection. And I know I need to do that. I just have a lot. I've got actually look at a large backlog. I've been at this for a little bit now. There's a lot of shit out there now. That's fucking crazy. Like, I think my first stream, Luigi's Mansion, was like back in June. Fucking September's on Monday. Holy shit. I've had this for about a quarter of a year now. Hell yeah. I'm drawing so many circles. I'm trying to get different sizes. And I really feel like I have improved at streaming. I'm a bit more comfortable doing it. I have a decent idea of it, and I'm getting consistent recently. I've been pretty good. I did have a few weeks off when I was sick, but that was back in the start of the month. That was a few weeks ago. What the hell's time? I do need to take time, see what I'm doing, how I'm doing, assess my content, see what I can do to make it better. And I think doing that's just gonna be observe, watch. I also need to define my content. How I think I like this chill. Like, I'm not I don't think I'm someone who can be funny on the spot all the time. Like what seems to be like effortless comedy, or constantly up, high energy. That is not me. I could take a nap right now. Like, that's how I am always. So I think I need to start kind of marketing myself that way. It's like, hey, we're productive co-working people. But the trick is to not do it in a way where the people who start flooding the community are like, please buy my content, or buy a commission. Like, I get it. You need to make commissions. However, this is not for advertising. If you have to flood someone else's community to try and make a sale, maybe you're not using social media to the best of your ability. And that's coming from someone who I fucking know I'm not. I know I could do social medias better. I spend enough time scrolling throughout the day doing jack shit I could be spending doing something else. These circles are looking nice today. Pressure dexterity. Is pen already set up? It is. Oh, one of the ones I've done like back in March had pressure dexterity when I was looking back at what I've done before. And I could really tell the difference because those ones were like real rough. Like almost just like full pressure dexterity, but now I can do like yeah, that looks nice. It's not perfect. However, it's better. It looks good. I like it. That looks good. I like it. Oh, I do have I loosen up the grip around here. That looks good. Like, those look good. Always compliment your work. If you're going to criticize it, you have to find one thing you can also compliment about it. No excuses. Compliment yourself. I'm actually, for this, gonna shut off opacity. Okay. After this one, not number 4, but the entire thing, if I remember, I'm going to go and get a Salon Pop patch for my back. Last night, just because I shrimp real bad. This chair is very old. Not maybe 5, if not a little bit older than that, and closer to 7 years old. And my posture's not great, and it just destroys my back. So in order to not be in pain while I try and sleep, I'm gonna pre-put on a muscle relaxer patch. I put the small ones on my neck too. I should see a chiropractor probably. But it is cheaper for me to use icy hot patches. And much cheaper. I really do just need to work out my back more. I need to work out more. Getting weak. Gotta be a swole goose. Need a buff goose. That'd be a good emote. Swole goose. Like just flexing. I swear I've seen that kind of drawing somewhere before. I don't think that's an original idea. I gotta stretch out my arm. If I ever get a 3D tracking suit, we gotta do yoga on stream. Just because that's good for you. I need to work out my muscles a little bit more. I need to stretch. Oh, get a humanoid model and the goose 3D model. They just do the yoga together. That could be interesting. Could be funny. However, I don't know how the goose model is going to react to that. Don't want it to look all fucked up. And lines are a little wavy today, but that's fine. Just getting it. It'd be real interesting if I used the straight line tool on a different layer and kind of map these out to see how they actually moved. How accurate am I? Because they don't seem that bad. Though there are some that I can tell kind of slip a certain way. But it's not, like, obvious. It's definitely good enough. Oh, why do I start sentences with "oh" all the time? I do that IRL too, I noticed. On these VODs, because I'm using Spotify Live, I've just left there no audio, so occasionally it goes silent when I'm not speaking. However, I don't know if that's kind of the best option, but I felt like if I left it mute or with no audio, no background music, one, I didn't have to collect 12 hours of music that wouldn't get me copyright struck. And also, if someone wants to listen to something on their own, they don't have conflicting audio. We'll see how it goes. But if I have to start finding game music to kind of rip off YouTube, we'll do that. But like myself, like I just have a certain playlist I listen to, or I have background music. I didn't want to force background music on anyone if it's not what they vibe with. That was a little rough. Like right now, it's playing Fallout Boy. But if they don't like, if a viewer doesn't like Fallout Boy, I don't want them to have a song that is distracting. Or if I try to play Nintendo music or video game music, do I get copyright struck or is it like kind of... Ah, that one was real rough. Like, does it pull them out of it? Okay, I lied. I think after 4, I'm gonna have to get that Salon Paw patch on my back. I can already kind of feel it getting tight. It's 100% posture. Because sometimes my posture is bad, I try and fix it, and then my posture is better, so it's always constantly kind of flip-flopping. And that just does not feel good. So after 4, I'll do that. It'll only take me like 2 minutes. I think Mama Goose is back in the house from doing something yard work. So if we have more, I can throw those on real fast. Oh, and Mama Goose is getting her camera back out. She's not a professional photographer or anything like that. She just got it for family photos and pictures of the animals and whatnot that we see outside. Just kind of as a little free time hobby. So if we get something good from her, if she makes some good photos and wants to share them, I might share them with you guys. We'll give her a little bit of love with what she does. We'll show it off. That's if she wants to, of course. Designs are looking good. I kind of like this. Feels. I changed the pen nib a few days ago, so far it's been smooth and no hiccups. And this feels real nice to do. I say as I make the waviest fucking line I've ever made. Dude, hand's so bad if you hand me a glass of milk, I'm gonna return it as butter. Because the milk would churn. I have to explain the joke. That's how you know it's a good joke when I have to explain it. That's a little rough. Really had some slant onto it. At least I think. I don't have grid lines, so I really cannot tell. Get my lines. I had an idea last night for uh a neat racing game. It would have to depend on how well I can optimize it to make it look real pretty and how good my art can be. There was a playlist that popped up on YouTube. It was like Fifth Gear Highway House or something. Or like Highway House Fifth Gear or some shit like that. It's a really neat racing like kind of racing game. I don't want to call it drum and bass or breakcore type music. I was like, ooh, that really inspired some ideas. Both with type of music and game idea. So maybe I can listen back to it, kind of figure out how to the elements of it, and maybe have to learn how to make break a chord. If we ever do it. The racing game would be neat. Cool. All right. Before we get onto ribbons, YouTube, I'm gonna throw you onto a break here real fast. I'm gonna go ahead and get a icy hot patch on my back before it hurts too much. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. We are back. I have icy hot patch on my back. Should be feeling better here in a little bit. Got our ribbons. Do some long ones today. We usually go small. Do only big ones. Hey, Tofi, welcome to the stream. We are doing our usual. We're gonna see how quickly we can get through this art stuff for today. Just the 4 normal assignments, and then possibly hooking up the Nintendo 64 for a little bit of games tonight. Thinking possibly original Pokemon Snap. But we'll take a look and see what we got. That's nice. It is nice. I think it'll be fun. It won't take too long to get into, and if we have to go at it a few days every now and again, it'll be a good game for it. Let's go a little bit longer on this one, then go down. Yeah. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Having a good weekend. Ooh, nice. Get some bends in there. Ooh, that was cool. A nice twist in it. Pretty cool news. Oh, good. Oh, hopefully it's good news. There we go. Kind of have to go the inverse of the curve. I'm noticing. Let's do... I'm gonna fill up this corner a little bit. Ooh. That's gonna be neat. I think it would do more... Ooh, how would this one move? But also sad news. Oh. Well, hopefully it's, nothing too bad. Hopefully the good outweighs the bad. But that is life. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. How is this one gonna move? Out of art for a week? Oh. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. But hopefully, during the week you're able to get some good rest in still. It would be nice to do more practice. You can also take the time to rest up, recover, and keep that the fire lit without burning out. But if that's the bad news, and you have cool news, that must mean something good has happened. Called to old volleyball camp on tournament? Oh, fun. Yeah, that seems kind of worth it. Well, hopefully that tournament goes well. You guys do well, or y'all do well, and have some fun. At the team of veterans. Ain't that old to be a veteran? Hey, that means you just means your skill level's up there. That's cool. I like doing these ones that kind of move in perspective. But I think it'd be. I think it has to do something like that, right? Up, out. Is it cross again? Yeah, do something like that. Yeah, something like that. Nice, nice. A nice long one here. I don't want to spend too long on the ribbons today, like I usually do, just because I get too invested on different lengths and shapes. Ooh, that would be neat. Let's try and do a let's get a general idea here. Ooh, how are we doing this one? What I call the team, it's basically something like an all-star team. You have to gotta advertise the strength. Let's do. Like, how would this go? Hmm. You know, we're gonna do something on a different layer here. So it would always kind of cross these midpoints. Right? Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that. I can't do that one. Free-handed. Is that a thought? This news was so random. Surprise! Guess this is why it's called a surprise. We'll do a. I guess if I shaded it, it'd kind of help it a little bit. It's kind of something like that. That kind of makes it look like it bends like that instead of like that. If that makes any sense. It's more top down than side to side. Oh, I want to focus on that now. Just got a call from two friends that went to camp this year. Ooh. Unfun. I was never good at sports, if you can tell. That's why I stream and play video games. Do big ass shape one here. Let's do this one kind of thins up. Nice wide. No. I think it's Kind of shrink in, go a bit wide, shrink back in, and then kind of fray back out. Yeah, good enough. Got luck with the jeans, I guess. Hey, yeah. Or just enough practice. Just really built up the skill. Never neglect the amount of effort you put into it as well. It's not just luck, it's also hard work. Or if you don't believe in luck, then just pure hard work. That's all the reward of accumulated effort. Small boy. These spheres are looking good today. Our circles are more circly today. They're not as eggy. He says and draws a perfect egg. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not bad. That looks good. In volleyball for 4 years? Oh, nice, nice. I just started thinking about the sport options I had here at my high school. Uh, American Midwest, very small area, not a whole lot of options. School put a lot of money into our football team, but they never fucking won a game. I think it was like $500,000, if not more, into all the football related stuff. Their gym, the stadium, the field and whatnot. And they just never fucking won a game. Like even like the at home games, it was like fucking washout. Like 50 to fucking 7 type scores. Like, oh my god, that's fucking embarrassing. Great MVP award, my 2 year. Got lucky? Oh. Eh. It's a little bit of knack for it and then amount of effort too. God damn. Wait, what? Yeah, it's funny. The uh I was in the marching band and we won more competitions than our football team did, and they're like, you know what? They bought the a good field for the football players, but we put it to better use. It was so funny too, because like all the football kids like felt like they were like the shit. They're just like, oh yeah, on the football team. And they just fucking sucked so bad. It was so funny every time. And it wasn't like, oh, they just weren't well, they weren't good enough. They were just so in their own heads. It's like head and ass syndrome. It was so fucking funny. It's on announcements say like, congrats to the marching band team for winning blah blah blah. Better luck next time for our football team. Martial arts is cool. Oh, dude, martial arts would be awesome. I think we had just like basic ass Roman wrestling. I would love to do martial arts. It's a good workout. I gotta move more. Doing some wrestling myself. Ooh. I was just never into the sports. Our coaches were kind of douchebags. And also out of shape child. But non-competitive sports, I would have liked to have done, but everyone's very competitive in the area. There's nothing else. This wasn't the interest for it. The spheres. Not Flanda, just wasn't mine. Yeah. There's some sports that are, always activities. Not everyone's favorite. Like, it could be, like, ooh, looks cool. Not for me, though. Give me a big one. Give me a big one. One that looks good. Oh, my circles are feeling better today. What the hell is skinny? Yeah, there's definitely a disadvantage depending on weight. Our school loved the kids that were just nothing but weight. Were they good at it? No. Were they heavy? Oh, yeah. That was good enough for them. Of course, I can only talk about, like, high school level. That's all we have around here. We don't have teams or even people that get together and do it. Sports, any kind. Can you eat all you want and never gain weight? Oh, how dare you. It has its benefits, but also it definitely has its disadvantages. And this one's it's a little like plastic Easter egg shape. Not bad though. I'm just gonna prep all the rest of the circles so I can draw them real fast. I didn't see any disadvantages for now. The disadvantage is when you need to gain the weight. Like, I need weight to be more, for advantage in this one sport. But other than that, yeah, just not really too many, as long as you're still in the healthy range. It's within that range that's the important part. As long as it's still healthy, then it don't really matter. Well, maybe I can't be the bodybuilder. Actually, that one wouldn't be fat. It would depend on how well you can build muscle, which really depends on calorie intake and amount of protein, how much you and how you lift the weights. It's completely possible that's skinny but muscular, or you can just be like the beanpole who can bench 600. Get that sleeper build. Alright, it's 2 more. Sorry, I need to check my blood sugar. I may have to stop again and get a sandwich or something going. 97. Probably a banana later. Again, a little snack. Alright, middle wall perspectives. Let's try and make these a little bit interesting. I kind of liked doing the curved perspective. Oh, I need to turn on the opacity. I forgot to turn that off. Just kind of push up to, I think it's 5 point. I have that grid somewhere for that. Where your lines really start to bend. Because it makes that fisheye. I'm not going to worry about, the fade. Or I'm just making cylinder walls. Making cylindricals. Ooh. Yeah, real extreme. Be cool. Nice tight curve. Cat woke up. Penny's yelling. Meow. Let's do small one facing up. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a snack later. I'm getting hungry. Which is good. I'm on 2 meds that affect appetite, so if I feel hungry for once, that's really good. Five foot 11. 160. Oh. I'm 170-ish, 5'7". Don't know if that's healthy. That's still within range. Still in a good BMI. Which isn't really the best way to calculate, but, you know, you're not frail. Unhealthy weight would definitely be noticeable. Yeah, as long as you still feel good. Let's do... Ooh. Let's kind of mix it up a little bit with some of these shapes. Make it a little bit harder, but if we can kind of make this look correct, it'd be neat. It's a little bit off, but that's gonna look cool. Like the lines in. I like that. Let's get a extreme kind of top downish. I can't do too much because then I have to adjust where the line comes from. Watch myself in the mirror, see the parts where the ribs are. Can't tell if it's bones or muscles. There are some bones that do jut out more than the muscles will, unless you have either more body fat over it or more muscle on it. I think ribs is one of those. Like I have a gut a little bit, but I can still see my ribs at a point. Throws me off so bad. I feel that. I don't have reference for how I should fucking look. Guess that's a good excuse to do some anatomy practice while drawing. It's like, what does a correct anatomy look like? I'll use myself as a reference. No, it's okay. I'm gonna do one other kind of boxy one like that. Do this one, not as extreme, but enough where I can see the difference. Probably make it look a little bit nicer. It's kind of trapezoidy. Not bad, not perfect. It does need to go over just a little bit more. I'd probably fix up the angle. It's fine though. It's fine. No, it's not. I'm gonna fix it. It's gonna drive me insane. Because there's two things. I have to have the ratios right and then the angles. So I need to have all these ratios be the same down here and then also have the angles kind of the same for it to look like it doesn't warp. I can't really use something for reference without visual details or something special. I think I get what you're saying. I think I'm kind of the same way. And that's one thing I need to work on. I mean, this one light just to... Better. I think that these don't... It's not a perfect mirror. So it's not going to look 100% correct. But it gives me enough to work with. Let's actually split this one first. Don't like to get boring looking references? Yeah. You don't want just textbook type reference where it's just very... I don't want to say monotonous, but textbook. This one's gonna be kind of... I don't even know how I'm gonna actually test that, because I'd have to do 3 different angles to split it. Whoops. We'll just do this. I probably would have been able to check the midpoint better if I had just made the box in perspective and tested and done it that way to check it. However, we're just gonna go and do this. Even if they'd be really great for training or something like that. I think I had a good reference site earlier, but I don't remember what it was. I feel like I'm off on these today. Oh, this is one of the ones that's going to be kind of tricky, but Figure it out. Another instance of Goose tries to do something, it doesn't think it all the way through. Yeah. I'm caffeinated on ADHD meds. What do you want me to do? Purple. Let's go make these lines. Let's see how it's doing today. Did I say I was medicated and on meds, or did I say caffeinated? I don't remember. I feel silly today. That wasn't bad. And these actually have a little bit of challenge too. I have to figure what the midpoint is and start to curve them. Yeah, I was slightly off, but it's okay. That was close. Oh, these are real close. My voice cracked. Saw one time a year ago a cool site where you just type what you need, use the angle and perspective that you. Oh, that sounds cool. That is really neat. Probably something like that. I disagree. We'll just curve it again. No matter what, I'm off. That's probably closer. Be great to find someday. Yeah, it may be an easy find if it was just a popular site. If not, I might try and find that. However, you might find a bunch of AI versions, and it's gonna be kind of shit. Can't wait for that bubble to burst. Yeah, that was good. No, not really popular. You got a nice hunt. We'll just basic cubes. Not that much in perspective. We'll do perspective work later. And that's somewhat in perspective. It's such an easy one to do. Okay, we'll make it even easier to give it in multiple perspectives. Yeah, kind of not really. Is it even an add-on? So remember how cool the mechanics were? Ooh. I may have to hunt for that now. Just because I do need to do more reference-based works. I'm doing a lot from imagination, and it shows. Not to say my work's bad, but not just fox heading him a 3D model of a fox skull you could rotate. That sounds like it may have been I don't want to say an AI. I don't want to accuse it of being AI, but if it's making models, it could have been some sort of model generation. Which I'd rather use Sketchfab and just look up shit. Yeah, it was a little stylized. This definitely bends in too much. Just a little bit. Yeah, something like that would have been better. I'll leave the line kind of show. Mine by hand. That's by feeling. I don't do the lines here in my head. Now then AI was on level of eating shitty pasta and rocks. Oh, okay. So that was a while then. I have not kept up with its timeline. But I have seen some sites that make 3D models by AI and its topology is just dog shit. Models were passable. But it was just like 100,000 vertices. Like, ugh. This one I did by purposefully seeing it the wrong way. It goes in, not out. I'm gonna leave that one. I like the mind trick. I like to make them look weird. I feel like I keep doing it at this angle. What I want. This base. They subtly point to up here. Yeah, that kind of works. Ooh, if you kind of see it not going up, but going that way. Kind of looks nice too. Okay, last one. Yeah. Where's the horizon line? Grab it. Here. So I kind of want one slightly planned out, just to try freehanding it. This is another instance of Goose is just doing random shit that he just thought of. And then Bring that down. So we have the base. Then this won't look pretty like the ones I do with the ruler, because this is all free-handed. And my lines are not straight, so no supported tool. However, I just want to give it a shot. I have no idea where the horizon line was supposed to be at. So my lines may not even line up. Need this line to go. So that one is... One's in the back. We're gonna go there. And you are going to go... Yeah, above and below the horizon line. You go that one. Yeah, the horizon line was these dots. That's why it looks like this. Yeah, let's go and delete that. Not terrible. Oh, you found it? Nice, nice, nice. If you are willing to share, I'd love to hear it. Just don't make it a link. Like, I'm going to assume it ends in .com, so if you just want to get the title of it, or whatever it's called, Streamlabs bot will bonk you if it's a link. Alright, cool. That is that one. Make sure I pause my recording. Alright. That is pen warm-ups. That took a little bit longer than I expected to. I did take a little bit of time just to do it. I should work on doing this faster. That was an hour 18 in the recording, but I don't remember how long I was yapping for. I found two options: reference angle and animal photo art reference. Both those could be neat. VOD recording. I'm going to pause real quick as we get set up for our gesture drawing, just because it takes me a second. So at this moment, if you need to, you guys go ahead and pause, get your things set up, pull up the website. I'm going to do just that real quick. All right, I am here. I have Sketch Daily up. I am doing the 1 minutes for half an hour. I will zoom in and fix my pen. I'm gonna do this on a 10, so that way I have a fair amount of space. Because I've tried it without VPN. I mean, could be possible, but I don't know why that would be VPN restricted. That is quite odd. Alright, how's I think my timer is still... Yeah, because I did mess up. Oh no, I need to take that quick break. I should actually check my blood sugar so I don't have to do that again. 101, cool. My body's breaking down fat. I checked animal photo art reference, exactly what I told. Oh, cool. That's a good resource. I need this thing to ding, make a noise whenever it's time. Oh, let's do... Can't do 30.5. Okay, yeah. So timer is that half an hour. I'll hit it once I hit this. So we're doing the gesture drawing spiner for a minute. Timers for half an hour. If anyone's following along, you can do whatever time you need to do. I'm gonna close that just so I know how much stuff I have to work on. Alright. Best of luck to everyone. Okay, let's do this. Time's gonna be a little off, but it always kind of runs fast. Choose the animal that you need, gives you a skull. Oh. That could be a good help. It's too much. Just this like go up. So not in correct proportion, but that's not the point. Not bad. Don't like adding the neck because I always ruin it with the neck. This is kind of the method that I've started doing it. I don't do hands or feet just because they're gonna look boxy and off, and they don't really add that much detail on these ones right now. But just kind of making a they look like the AOL character from way back when. Putting a little, still more detail, but just enough to kind of show what's going on without having to worry about how much you've added. Don't know how the fuck I remembered it. The TikTok where I saw it was like 10 seconds long. Sometimes your brain just remembers the important stuff. Just unlocked that secret memory. I got an ass way too big. Then it just kind of connects like that. So I do the hands. Kind of come out like that. I feel like that doesn't add too much if I make mittens. That comes out like that. Anyways, don't lament on the ones that you did. Just move on. Don't waste your time thinking back to what you did when you're trying to work on the one now. A bit too narrow right there. That needs to be rounded more. That's not bad. That works. Kind of get the pose. That's all I'm trying to get is the pose. I want the gesture. This one goes down, out a little bit more. It kind of ends up like that. This one goes down. Knee a little bit too high. Volleyball camp team's gonna be my friend who played at Borough. Back then, he didn't even touch the volleyball for over a year and a half. Veteran, you guys are gonna fucking kick ass. Sounds like it's gonna be a real good tournament. Gonna be like that one anime. I don't know it because I don't watch it. It's good. I like that one. Didn't really draw the pit that well. Because couldn't really tell. I'm feeling better about these. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting used to them now, or if it's the way I'm doing them. But I am feeling a whole lot better about these now. Like, I know they're still not, you know, accurate representations. But they do feel a lot better. Beats back here. Arm was up. Very much on the right spot. Did watching the filming they was fire. Ooh. Oh, I can't see because she's in a dress. So we're gonna kind of copy the dress. His hands up. The neck. Real flowy dress. I can't do folds. There's a detail there. That's not bad. I like that one. Kind of add a little bit more detail. Kind of show a little bit. That's good. These are definitely getting better. I'm really gonna prep the 2-minute ones before stream next week. Or for next week. Just because those are gonna be a little bit harder. That one friend that cost my ride there would say that after the tournament could drink. But you want the drink or you don't want the drink? Sorry, my brain's like thinking about other shit. I'm fried. So I may have just misread that sentence. That was pretty good. She's giving the finger. Hand on hip, giving the finger type stance. I want to drink so bad. Ah, I see. Well, if you do well and you're responsible about it, get you that celebratory drink. Just don't go crazy. Take care. Because all of them got some guys for a big ass company close to him. Oh, so it's a big friend group kind of thing. Or people you know. Oh, it's real nice, a nice basic pose. Okay, I was showing the right screen. I feel like I made the hips way, or the torso way too long. Kind of something like that. Had to rush it. Almost every week sending you videos of them having fun. Oh, that's so mean. Bad manners. Oh, I fucking forgot the arm. That's good. This really shows it off. Got the one friend, so if you drink like two alcoholics. Oh, that's too much. Your poor liver. And that other leg is kind of hidden. Kind of make the hands a little bit, slowly adding a little bit more detail if I can. But not enough to make myself panic. Oh, big flowy dress. How dare they? Let's go with that. Definitely not the right angle for that neck. Now I'm gonna more or less copy this dress because that's all I can really see. You know, that works. That works. Do what we can. 14 minutes. A little bit past halfway. Sorry, I know that message was there. I was free here in a second. I got way too distracted. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. So to get four of best players I play with have fun without their teams or girlfriends, I'm cool. Gotta get the boys together. I know I'm gonna do to torch them a little bit. Ooh. You gotta get that revenge. They're showing off without you? Yeah, you gotta get at them. They've earned it. They deserve it. Actually, a little bit longer. I'll try and make that kind of match. It's kind of hidden. Then this leg here. Leg straight. I think it's this one. They're a little obscured again. Dress. Could call on their girlfriend. Show them how drunk is. Oh, you're getting them put in the doghouse. That's truly evil, but funny. Can't see because the dress, but it looks kind of like how the legs are going. I drew that like way too wide. I'm more following the dress. It should have been probably something more like that. Also, torso's too long, legs aren't long enough. That's where like knees where they should be at, if it's in proportion. But again, I have not done the proportions yet. I'm thinking about skipping ahead of that. If I haven't still, if I haven't actually said that out loud, and if I just thought I did. A DM one girl with a campier going, do something funnier. Oh. Sounds like you've had this idea stewing. Well, it's good fun, though. That's what you should have. You should have fun. I think that's how that goes. I cannot see your foot. Slightly off on that chest there, but that was actually still pretty good. Ooh, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Alright, so that goes towards her back. Again, big flowy dress, so we're gonna try and think about how this is supposed to look, but no promises on it actually making sense, besides the parts that... Oh yeah, that's what Goose can say. Her leg... Yeah, this is real rough. Her leg's coming up, down. That one. Her other leg's kind of here. Yeah, I can't see this portion of her. So this is all assumption. I don't think I could see that arm. Close, but... So get her makeup kit. Someone's gonna end up drunk and then wake up in a dress. Oh, classic. It's kind of gonna be obscured. Again, can't see it, so we're gonna have to assume. I did not give this one enough space. We'll make it fit. This one comes up. It's very close to the camera. That's actually not bad. I like that one. That's too basic. Going advanced. Want to kind of show their heads tilted. Oh, she's holding a big ass accordion. Yeah, we're just gonna draw her to see her. She's wearing another dress. Yeah, that's actually like real close. Can I use myself in it? It's gonna be historical shit. Drunk prank on historical proportions. May they be safe in their in their future upcoming struggles. Yeah. I mean, I got long hair. Ooh. Oh, so you're gonna be doing something real funny. You got something planned. Uh oh. I see where you're going with this. Uh, Let's just make up something that looks good for her other leg, because I can't see it. Good enough. Gotta straighten out my back. I start to bend my back, like right where the shoulder blades end. And that is where the pain is. And make sure you have good posture. This fucking blows. She's just gonna be so evil for their girlfriends for a moment. Ugh. Shit. I just stretched out my back in this couple seconds. I got 3 minutes left. Okay. Did not give that enough room. Torso's way too short. Torso's way too short. It's okay. We can save it. Kind of. Torso's way too short. Best you can't laugh at. Oh yeah, it's a good prank. That's it's a good momentary shock one, but that I don't think it's gonna do like lasting damage. It's not a real dick move. It's just funny. That's gonna be this is a good one. Do enjoy it. Ugh. Something like that. I hate the girlfriends don't know it's something like that, but he knows with me. That's another good thing. It's not just like out of character. You want to do something that, you know, would be obvious. Like, it couldn't tell. That's just a real good prank. I wonder where her other arm is. I don't make the neck. Yeah, I cannot see her other arm. It is too dark for me to tell. All right, that is time on these. The sketch daily timer is always off by just like a little bit. It is not perfect continuous like the on-screen one. These were pretty good. I like these. What they're doing is I finally grow my hair again to the length I need. They're gonna have a surprise. You're gonna find out. Again, you know, not like anatomically proportional or, you know, correct shapes. Lines are a little messy. There's some that are, that torso's way too short, way too fat. His ass cracks, like right there. That's his back, yeah. Or, some of them, you know, to a little bit. For the most part, they do make sense. There's a few. Oh, there's one was like, I couldn't see, so it's a little hard to express what's going on. Like, this looks weird. But it's not bad. Now it's black and white. Ooh. Nice design. Neat. Neat little contrast. But, yeah, for the most part, you can kind of see, like, that guy's legs up. You know, the hand's kind of going down. This one's up. That leg straight. Goes over it. Arm down, over, legs out. Kind of a kneeling pose. Kind of a bend down. Sassy pose. Kind of a sitting facing away. Kind of like a... I think this guy was actually running. That looks like a running guy. Like, yeah, it's close. It gets the essence of the pose. That's really all we were trying to do. So that was gesture drawings. Now I need to pull up the thing for this one. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording on that one as well. And once we're back, we'll have it up. Though you guys can't see it. Okay, we are back, and we are going to... Not to try and take forever on this. Let me rename these. I like to have one for kind of my guide points. And then we're doing the male. And then the female. I have to type without looking at... That doesn't look right. I know it's right. I think I'm having a stroke. So again, this time we're going to try and make this look a bit nicer than we usually do. Starting with splitting this into thirds. Kind of for the head. Thirds, I'm not good at splitting. Let's go ahead and draw some sort of circle for the head. Some sort of circle for the head. I'm going to do this slower. Yeah, let's just do a guide. I could use the circle tool and more or less copy that. But it's not a dire thing. However, I do want to make a nice looking circle. And not lumpy. Let's do that. Let's just grab the circle tool fast. We're not going to, curses. I'm not going to keep it up here. I just need enough of a circle to kind of visualize it. My tool, please. Thank you. We can try and fix up the guides, actually. That may be better. I'm going to shut that onto lock. Ooh! Great! Thank you guys so much, Fanimer. I am working on... I can kind of show this off. This is the other day. It's not perfect. We're doing kind of basic male and female proportions. Thank you guys again for the raid. I do appreciate ya. Welcome on in, everyone. Cool. That did go. Drawing is going well. We just did, gesture drawing for a minute. It was okay. Nope, not perspective. What am I doing? Figure drawing. So this is kind of going to be the outlook. It's not perfect. It's very just getting used to the proportions and whatnot. And I'm trying to make it a little bit better. Come on in, everyone. Hog. Yeah. This one I'm just taking time trying to make it, again, a little bit better. But it's not going to be perfect. Bumpin' music, thank you. I try... This is just one of my slightly curated playlists. We try and keep the vibes good. Usually we do some city pop playlists, but this is just my little mix here. Glad you guys are enjoying it. How was stream. Hope everything was well. I should actually introduce myself to everyone who does not know me. I am Goose in a Hat. I am a goose. I'm in a hat. Therefore, I am Goose in a Hat. I try and do a lot of productivity type stuff like this. I'm currently learning to draw, to then make 3D models, to then throw into a video game. I'm currently working on learning a library for the Nintendo 64. That's kind of where we're starting at, and then once we kind of get used to that, we may venture on to more newer consoles, and by newer, I mean maybe GameCube or Wii. We did Rimworld this time, brought new members to chat in. I do appreciate you with the raid again, as always. I have so many people here. Oh, I hit the limit of how many pawns I could start with? Wow. Oh, you brought members in your chat in the game. Ah, I misread that. I apologize. My brain is fried today. But Rimworld, that's another type of those games. They chat members as pawns. Put them to work. Plus, that's so crazy. Work on 3D models. Ooh, I would actually really appreciate that when we start getting there. I have a little bit of experience with Blender, but it is very basic, and I'm going to have to keep to a certain limit, as the N64, not that powerful. But it's going to be fun. We make some low poly stuff. And Golden Echo with that follow. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys coming on in, saying hi. If anyone is, I know you guys just came from a game stream, but if anyone's interested in doing some stuff along with us, we like to keep vibes nice. So that if anyone wants to work on some stuff, you're more than welcome to work on some stuff. Could be art, could be music, whatever you're into, or if you just want to hang out while we do this and vibe and chill, of course, you're always welcome to. Like I said, I am very much still a beginner artist, so things won't be professional. So by no means do we feel like no one should be intimidated by my skill. I actually need to draw this instead of just relying on that layer. I'm just going to mostly freehand this. I think I'm going to try not to rely on circles. I never really do. As like perfectly drawn shapes, just because it kind of looks off now. Key dial, please. I do apologize if my key dial freaks out like this. I need to adjust the sensitivity on it. If anyone is interested in drawing and seeing what I'm kind of following, I am on Marc Brunet's art school. It is a paid course. However, he does have a YouTube channel. He's a former game artist. I believe he did a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Concept art, character design, that type of stuff. Very good resource. Also, if you just wanted to do drawing of any kind, if you want to do oh, yours are bad, whatever. Character art, landscape, any kind of digital art, I do recommend it. Exclamation point art or art school gets you to link to his course and to his the YouTube page, which is always free, as YouTube is. I'm starting to rush this, and I do need to slow down. Just kind of... Yours are bad. This one's, of course, not meant to be, like, drawing perfect people. It's more for kind of using this template to separate out the drawing. Hey, welcome back. Practice going good. Just working on the proportion one. Hopefully making it a little bit better than I did the other day. Always trying to do a little bit improving. How was stream? I will admit, I did have you up on the other monitors, just kind of lurking. Art was looking good, though. Hopefully stream went well. Nice vibes. Got a sketch done? Nice. That ear's not the way I want it to be. Moving on. So from here for the chest, do a few divisions. I keep making these thirds the wrong size. Separate out that way. Go in a little bit on this one. Had some nice people stop by. Oh, nice. Sounds like everything went well today. Good, good. We ourselves just had a lovely raid from, I really hope I'm pronouncing names right, Vanimer. Always happy to have you guys. Again, thank you so much, everyone. If I'm able to finish up kind of early today, I'll try not to take too much time. We'll see about firing up the N64 and playing some maybe original Pokemon Snap. Possibly seeing what else I have. I don't remember my collection. I do like to focus on getting my dailies in. And then we play some games. We did start late today. Maybe we go on for a little bit longer. We'll see how the time is. I'm zoomed in way too much. We did do our gesture drawings today, and they went a little bit better. I forced myself to not focus on details as much and not worry if things weren't looking perfect. And, you know, they didn't look perfect, but they worked pretty good, which is nice. Had a good, doing good so far. That's rough. Why am I rough today? Could be half lurking. Had to stop streaming to realize at 7 p.m. I forgot to eat dinner. Go eat! You are more than welcome to lurk. We don't... It is not required chat. If you're not in the mood to chat, or if you just can't, you just want to sit and vibe. But do good dinner. Oh, that was nice. My hand much prefers making curves in one direction than the other. Let's go and clean this one up. Right now we're just forming the ribcage shape, kind of. Making this a perfect certain shape is not that important. I'm just trying to make it look kind of symmetrical, just as a little bit of a practice on that. But if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Then we're going to go ahead and form kind of the crotch pelvis. Go and get rid of that circle. Did not want to rely on that as much as I did, but that's fine. It's all about learning. Yeah, those are kind of... So a lot of this is making the divisions by eye. God damn, just got my food, got some more people. Yeah, we had a lovely raid. Always happy to have new friends here at the park. That means this time, I definitely have to raid someone. I can't just neglect that. You gotta share the love. Share the friends, share the love. Hopefully find someone with a good vibe. To our new friends here, we do have a Discord. I like to share some art, and I also have a section for if anyone does their own gardening. I need to make sections for other stuff. More gaming focused channels, and one for pets would be fun. but it's still small, and as we get more people and we see we have needs for other channels and whatnot, we'll add those in. So if anyone's interested in that, we do have that up. I do that too footballish. I should have made it more a little more rounded. That's not bad. There. We move on. It's good, and we move on. I'm going to try and rough estimate the knees. I do make the knees a little bit too close. This won't be a exact spot, because I'm not using a symmetry tool. They're not evenly spaced. But right now I'm just really trying to get used to close enough. To make it good, you first must make it. And then focus on making it good later. Oops. Wrong ass layer. Also, this image I'm using for the guidelines isn't the best. It's very blurry. Let's do somewhat shoulder. Yeah, kind of start that. Then we'll move on to the legs. Yeah, that's not bad. I think could angle that a little bit more, or curve. This here's the shoulder. Don't want to make them too wide. No, I'm thinking about it. I don't know what you think about. This week's gonna be rough. Ooh. Don't be too rough. A lot of the stuff for the tournament. I think this neck's too long. This one also makes the neck like real thick. Kind of don't want to do that. I also don't know the correct anatomy for the neck. Neck's supposed to be this thick. Got a fat fucking neck. Let's move on down to kind of working hips and whatnot. They can be? Oh, okay. So I feel like that's very bodybuilder thick ass neck. Let's not make this one in too much. Give him a little bit of curve, but I don't want to make a snatched hourglass waist. It's okay, he's an F1 driver. He is Captain Steroids. Healed your leg, didn't go to trainings for 3 weeks. Ooh, don't overexert your leg. Don't want to hurt that again. Yeah, that's about right. About the same-ish. I did not go super in this time around. Or at all. There's going to be a little bit of variance just because there's no symmetry on it. That makes it look too high. They had this one like on the line, which again doesn't seem completely right. However, I don't know enough to actually talk on that. Definitely not gonna be looking great at this all-star lineup. I think you got it. I think you can do it. You just gotta put in that little bit of effort to get warmed back up, you know? Not like you're gonna have forgotten how to do it. It's kind of the advice I can think of. Or the motivation. That's gonna have to work. See, it's not slanted. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. All the kids are doing it. So I need this halfway point. Something like that. That's okay. I like that. Straighten this out a little bit. I keep Control-Z too much. I do need to practice the anatomy a little bit more. I was thinking about kind of skipping ahead a little bit and doing some practice for it, so this gets a little bit easier, a little bit nicer. Do want it to look good. Because like I don't know what these shapes are supposed to be. So hopefully on the free week, whenever we do some fun stuff, I think on the week of the 15th, won't just be a whole lot of hot nothing. Still, my 3 weeks is nothing compared to the bro. It's gonna roast him. Good. Get his ass. Looks like they actually moved this part up a little bit more too. That's probably way too high up. Looks like it continues the curve. That looks real thick. All right, this one needs to be high up a little bit. Kind of get that angle down. Should start to... Okay. That one's a little too fat. The biggest issue is in here. And I'll have to work with that. We give him his special parts. I'm not going to draw that line all the way down. Needs to be a little bit more curved. Very straight line right there. Not terrible. It's not really stylized either, so I'm used to more seeing a more cartoony anime style in this, not really very kind of more closer to human realistic. It's somewhat stylized in the face, just because that's not the human proportion to a T. I'll just add in this little detail here for your viewing pleasure. We're doing shoulders, or shoulders to elbow. Which they do in a very... Keep pressing buttons on the wrong thing. How come when I start moving one, or start working with a different app or something, that it doesn't do the buttons on the one I was just... got some tenderloin for dinner? Ooh, I think that's what I'm doing. Enjoy your tenderloin. So we're kind of going to here-ish. The reason I'm broke is because I eat well, but that's okay. Hey, that's good use of money. Eating well gives you good health and so on and so forth. If you don't eat well, what's the point? It's just gonna overlap a little bit. Probably up to here. Should I just draw this section of the arm and then meet over? I think that wrist is a little too thin. Okay, I just draw it the same width, didn't I? Not terrible. And I know I should just not really run on good enough, but it's really just what I'm focusing on right now. It's just enough. A little bit too rigid. Do straight. Want more of that curve. Kind of match this side. But I also want to stay within the bounds. That's a little bit better. Negative curves. I struggle making curves this direction. I can't. Go straight, curve, down. Yeah. You stretch that portion more. And then the hands. which effectively makes the hands way too big. He has these things going like all the way down. Like this goes about halfway-ish. So there's those portions of the mittens. And then the fingers. About to here. Maybe mine too thin. Let's do make it curve outward then. Which isn't actually how they go, but it works for the outline. It's got spatula hands. Close enough. Actually, that would be there. Not perfect, but it do be what it is. Ooh, don't want to be that big. It's enough to try and get rid of the unnecessary outline. Or shapes to make this from. Which I don't even think that this shape is what we're going to use during the actual anatomy portion. Which makes me wonder why I'm using it here. But I digress. That question is above my pay grade. Oops. Just get your eyes in simple shapes, yeah. But then my brain's like, no, I want to do it the right way. Or I want to do it the other way. Why? Why? Brain just wants to complain. Let me complain. Oh, how do they do the so these kind of go in. Adding the extra detail that kind of helps a little bit. Yeah. Bro's got a blocky ass head. Again, I think the chin should have been I'm just to critique it. 'Cause that's always good. Chin was way too wide. And then this could have been out some. It's not a straight line. It is most definitely curved. Or kind of slight. Actually, I think that's even too long. Yeah, chin's too wide. These are too straight on this side. Like that one's perfectly straight up and down. Enough to kind of go out just a little bit. Not so much. Yeah, just to rough hand it. Or to kind of freehand it a little bit. A little rough. Kind of something like that a little bit. This won't even be... That's a little rough, but... It's just a little too wide. Good thing to watch for next time. Female's the same way. Just something slightly different. The overall width of the frame is a little bit shorter. Or of the kind of the guidelines. Like that one's a little bit thicker compared to this one, and it's not just because it's shorter. I think this is 2.5 head. I think that's 2 or 2.25 to 2, so it is slightly more in. It's not just shrunk down. Zoom out because this is very not a high resolution image. Let's try not to use the circle tool. Yeah, we'll run with that. Female head's a bit thinner chin. I don't even think that thick. He has like no chin. Bit more in on the angle. You know, I'm gonna actually rotate this one. Where? Oh. There we go. There's that. It's about as high as he makes it. The hard part for me on this one is to not curve this line. I always do that. I think I'm compensating more for my shoulder and wrist than I need to be. Go to the thick part of the circle. I think that what I'm seeing is just because the circle is not perfect. That's what's making the difference. Sorry, on this one, I'm trying to put in just a little bit extra work. Just like I did the one. Cool. Let's try a little bit nicer on this one. So if I go mute, that's why. A subtle difference. I don't know if anyone else can see what I'm thinking of, but nope. Nope. Don't know if I'm making the line the way I want it. My hand's not listening to me. I don't know if this rotation's gonna be any helpful. Oh, it's not, because the pen's not rotating with it. Ugh. Okay, my key dial's not one to work the way I want it, so we're not gonna do that. Just irritating me. Oh. Also, my brush size just changed. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna have to move on. I will be there for hours trying to make the one line right. Cheekbones. Ah. I. Too curved, and it's too not in the right spot. Ugh. Try not to make them too. Don't want to make them mewing. Don't want to give him that chiseled chin. Foot here's a little too thin. I think I need to find a higher resolution brush. There could also just be this thing probably at a 100 DPI. Nope. Nope. Ugh. Curse being a righty. Okay, let's call it good enough. I know it's not 100% perfect or copied, but I don't have any symmetry on. I cannot freehand the symmetry. Let's zoom back out. Head looks too long. Think I'm staring at? Yeah, I have been. It looks like it's too tall. Also going off a very compressed, well, not like I can't count the pixels on it, but the course video, I have to crank up the stuff on it to try and look at it. I think I did not divide this square enough. Blah, blah. I'm not gonna keep thinking about it. I'm just gonna move on. Oh yeah, yeah. It, either this should have been a higher angle, at a bit wider, or something. But this part just seems too long. Probably closer to something like that. No, that still seems too long. I think this is I think it's the circle. Yeah, because I think that's about halfway. It should have been down to about there. It's just a little bit. Everyone looks different. Just an average base, yeah. And I'm trying to match what the instruction is by complete eyeballing it. And I know it's not going to look right. I just need to quit stressing about it. It's not what I'm focusing on. I keep saying it's not what I'm focusing on. It'll look better when I actually do shit right. This is just all day's practice. We'll just pretend it's not a mistake. I just gave her horse face. Why did they? Let me make this one very eggy. Something like that at the bottom. It's gold chip. It's a very from memory gold chip. Which I don't know what gold chip looks like. I'm not too. I'm like I know it, but I don't know it. Got to call it good. It's gold chip if you just squint really hard. So girl is also a horse, yeah. There's no difference. Oh, that line's very crooked. We'll have to kind of account for that. Nope, that is not shift. What am I doing? These ones are... Gives the female wider shoulders. Dial, please. Excuse me, I hiccup. Oh, oops, forgot to do a piece. This looks weird. Yeah, fucking forgot to do one portion. Swear I cannot get the shape that I want it to be, and I don't know why. Gonna take it at literally a new angle. It's just because they're not in the middle. They're not even. Good enough. This thing likes to go crazy. That's got to call that good enough. Whoops. It'll do. Kind of. Oh, close. Like almost the entire way. Oh, those are on the wrong line. That's why that looks weird. Knees are twice the size they should be. Thigh is short, but man, calves are 2 miles long. Never get the leg length right. I feel like I'm gonna have to make like a million one guidelines and templates of just drawn, made out lines in order to make things even look right. Like, I know it's gonna be tough. And it's gonna take a lot of practice, but like, oh my god. I feel like I don't get the widths right on the legs. Which you'd think the legs would be like the easiest thing to draw. There's not that much detail to them. Short thighs, long calves. Long thighs, short calves. The ankle width as well. They're so hard to draw because they're so simple. Yeah. It's that paradox. Like, there's less shape to it. There's less shapes to it. Or less details. There's less details to reference. Like, oh, fuck. At least I can make them thick. I don't think I'm curving that at the right time. Less details to hide the overall. Yeah, less things to measure as well. I think that goes in too much, but that was kind of the right idea. Okay, going somewhere around there-ish. It goes in too much. That straightens out. Got wrong angle. It goes in too much. My angles are not very subtle. This might be better. I kind of like that. Gives it a little, kind of the wrong spot for it, though. Thank you, key dial. Yeah, definitely the wrong spot for it, though. 69. Good enough. Gotta say good enough. And just readjust a little bit. Zoomed in. What? Curved all the way down to this line? Knees are not the best on this one. Knees are not the best. I think it's also because they have to be so peculiar in order for them to actually function properly. They have to be, you know, certain ways, otherwise our legs just don't work as well as they should. And that good for, you know, us as a species, but for artists, get fucked. It's like when it looks off, it just looks off. It's just box over the tubes. Like, Drawn, keep getting him some hams. Like, evolutionary perfect track and field runner. Even species knees aren't that great. So many people with bad knees. But I think it's the comparative to the rest of the animal kingdom. I think it's the design of our legs that allows us to not reach high speeds, but run for so long. Because we can cover distances, but not speeds. I think that's just because the shape of our legs. If I recall, I don't remember. I want to call it good enough. I don't want to spend too much longer fucking worrying about the same two details over and over. The hamster. We have some good ones. Some good 7TV emotes. It's a few geese one, a few from Kerfer from Voices of the Void. Some geese ones. A couple peepos. Collected them like Pokemon. I think 7TV's limit's like 700 or something like that. I don't think I even have 100. I really go through and find the good ones. Oh, if you have the 7TV extension, which I guess you do if you can see them, if you're on regular Twitch chat, in the chat box, you should have the 7TV logo, and you should be able to look there. But if you're on something like Chatterino, it's just the emoji button there in the corner. It should pull up the list for all of them, all your emotes. Good one we have. Sludge is a good one. I do like Sludge. Oh, you see him on stream. Oh, that's right. You got Sludge. Sludge is a good one. You got cum in all caps. Deadass. Off in all caps. Copium. You know, I could actually kind of show these off. I want to show these off. I love these things. Look at a good one. We have Glorp. Glorpa. Got some geese ones. Goose Kiss. Gooba. Goose Knife. Goose Please. Goose Scream. Oh, what's a good one? I do like Joel. Joel Prime. Joeler. Then regular Joel. Good Monka Mav. 8 Barch. Glorp was in, I should make these uniform because I can change them. Glorp's all lowercase. Sludge, I think, was all caps. No, just capital S. XDD. Stream offline. I love some of these. Glorp and Glorpa. There's some good ones. Gamba. That one's gonna be nice when we have channel points. Start doing just gams. Or some gambas with those. Gigaduck. I should change that one. Change the title of that one. So we blink cats? Yes. We have Pleep, Plink, Plonk. I think that's a bit rate too, if you want to count that one. Bulber. Oh, there's another Plink cat one. That'd be I think there's one of these for every single letter of the alphabet, like some good ones. I need to go back through timeout voices. A similar one. Where was it? Stizzo. Because I see other streamers, I'm like, oh my god, there's so many good ones. I have to keep going through. Poor. Oh man, I love these things. I should I think there's a Twitch panel. I don't know if those show up on mobile that shows off which ones are available. Like this is even just 7TV. I need to go through FFZ and BTTV. Oh well. Oh well, noted. People space. Oh, where's life? We'll show off life, that's it. I'm live. Yeah, the Crunch Cat. It's the Crunch. I remember that was a good meme. Love that cat. Crunching. Some great additions. Oh, there's plenty more. There's so many. I feel like you could spend a lifetime just going through them and not even fill up your emotes. Okay, that's okay. Ankles, a little deformed. Crunch. One thing I like that some people have is when you use exclamation point vanish, it times you out for a second, and it shows the people disappear. It's like, oh, that's a good one. That's funny. Also, I need to make some emotes too. Get some good geese emotes, some drawn ones. Just kind of eyeball that one a little bit. You gonna unlock them soon? I don't think so. But I could just throw them up on 7TV for free. Yeah, they're not gonna be on, just vanilla Twitch, but it is what it is. If I have to, I have to. I could at least get them there and then put them somewhere else later. Or put them on Twitch later. And just kind of cycle through them. Little preview. Hope that's right. Kind of around the wrist is going to be a little bit below here. I think I'm getting closer for the VIP, but that's just VIP. Need to check the emotes. I think you get follower emotes. I don't know if you have to be either affiliate or sign the monetization agreement for those. Which I don't want to do right now because I don't want ads. Arm looks a little thin. Meh. We move on. This is where we learn to say fuck it and move on. And to have hiccups. Too far. I was like, to the wrist. Nope. That's not the wrist. I forgot where I was working. That needs to be a little bit higher. Close, though. Just a little bit thicker on this side. Nope, I'm just not drawing the right spot. Drawing too low. I'm right-handed, so my hand's covering up what I was doing on this side. Be a little bit lower. This one's not going to have that much space. Good enough. He has the hands even lower. He draws them like real long. Oh no. Wrong tool. Okay. Little work still needs done, but it's basic. It works. Let's do perspective practice for the rest of the stream, and that should be it. Sadly, I did start 2.5 hours late than I was expecting to, so we were not able to get to games tonight. However, I will try my best to do some stuff tonight, or early tomorrow, so that way we don't have to do some of the longer ones here, and we can try and get to some games. Pink. Pink. Hide that for now. So all I'm doing right now is just setting up the perspective rulers. 1 and 2 points. They're not going to be their final spots, but I did just want to get them in. Let's go ahead and set this one up. Let's do more high up. Starts to say doesn't click. It makes sense to me. Like, I can do it and set it up, but then when I actually try and do it, I'm like, these shapes are too big than I thought they were going to be. Like, that shouldn't be that bad of a square from, like, you know, here to here, but then you do it so far, and I'm like, why is my shape so wide? It's not terrible, though. And I see it, draw lines, and it doesn't work. Thankfully, I just follow the tool. Like, it makes my lines for me. Like, this is kind of where I want it to be. And it puts it there. I'm like, good. We're going to try and do... Let's just do some basic boxes type thing. I want to follow this line all the way up. Then this line all the way up. Draw the horizon line. Now we're going to try and put stuff on the street. Those are actually not in perspective themselves. Easier if you just kind of do it like that. Good enough. It gets the point across. So we'll put ones right here. It's on a different layer to work on, so if I need to clean up, I can. I can go a little bit wider on that. Zooming in here, it's not painful. This is the part that really gets me, is like, this is still in perspective, it's correct, but that seems too long. Like, that's so far. Am I sure? Am I sure that's right? I guess, because it's very out there. It's a big image. These are going to be parallel. Go ahead and get this one that's height. These will also be parallel. Also, like, 1 point's kind of weird because it's too simple. 2's nicer, and then 3 is immediately confusing, and my eye gets very lost. Now, these are... I cannot use the same ruler on these. I'll do this one at a time now. They're not the same height. My line's off? Yes. One of my lines suck. That's okay. We'll fix this. I think it's this one. Pull these back. Then the line's off by a lot. That sucks. Oops, don't move that. You lock. Where is the handle on this one? I think it's just the positioning of where like this is kind of coming from. It's making it look so strange. I think I'm kind of too close to the horizon line. Actually, you know what? Yeah. We'll make this a little bit better looking. Just have to go back. This was definitely a mistake. Remember kind of how I'm looking at this. I'm trying to do this a little bit more than just cubes. I'm trying to make like a 1 point perspective, kind of looking at a road with buildings. But now I'm trying to pre-think of the perspective in my head. This is where it's starting to confuse me. Like I could put squares somewhere and make it look nice, but now I'm trying to plan out a scene without seeing one. That's really getting to me. Perspective is confusing. I will not pretend like I'm amazing at it. Like, yeah, I could put squares down. I can make cubes look like they're in a space together. Ask me to do anything else and I will cry. Let's just try from here. We'll call this one the road. Unlock that again. Give it a little bit of distance from the road. Make this maybe a little bit easier. Or a little nicer. And by nicer, I mean nicer to me. One point is also kind of strange for something this big. Two would be a bit easier. Or less, kind of screwy. For something kind of this out. Let's go and work on one thing at a time. Where is the handles? Pull them in closer. Too close. Zoom, please. Thank you. Not straight on the thing. Thank you. This will look fine when I clean it up. Back the perspective ruler. Line these back up. And then we'll push this one a little bit farther behind. Sure. Get that one's own layer. Now I have to draw a fucking mile back. Goodness. This one taller. I hope I don't regret doing that. Alright. Then we take our ruler and line that back up as best we can. Looks good. Key dial mini, please. I love my little key dial thing. It's very nice to use. However, it does not want to respond half the time anymore. I don't think it's damaged. I think it's just getting confused. I'm not going to see that line, so I'm not going to worry about it. And actually, put this one higher up. Yep, that's just because of somewhere I'm doing it. Not going to detail the front of these. I'm just going to erase from here. The eraser likes to go outside its bound. I don't know why. Probably some tool setting I don't know. Learn your tools. I need to learn mine. Actually, you know, let's recreate this kind of scene in each perspective point. I'll try and keep it the same, but just to kind of... So we're going to do little roads and then just a few buildings. Or at least squares with it. We're not going to add details. I'll do more perspective practice off stream as well. I'll probably do I'm probably gonna be up till about 4 or 5 in the end, AM again tonight. And then I'll have to do some edits, and then I'll try and get some VODs up for tomorrow if I can. They're long. I'll try and skip through them as fast as I can. So we'll get those up, and then I'll do some more stuff. So I have a little bit better work coming up. That's on a different layer. Ooh, keto. I might actually need to check that. I am scrolling out, and it keeps not going right. I could have, might try adjusting the. Thank you, Windows. You up the sensitivity on it. It's already on 4. I don't want to set it to max, and it's not gonna do it as frequent as I want to. In. Nope. In. 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 Too much in. What is up with this thing? Alright, we'll set it back to normal. I might have to do a factory reset on it again. Or not again. And just maybe I messed up a setting. That's completely possible. This doesn't look too bad. I could add a third one. But you know, that one's closer to the street, that one's a little bit farther back, but they're still kind of in perspective with each other and with the road. You know, if I have a third one here, monster. Lock that one so we can't mess with it. I need to unlock that. And then this one here. Sorry, how was... Okay, we're going to try and copy this perspective as much as we can. Just so things are kind of the same. And then now the question is, where should I put point number 2? We'll go a little bit farther out as well. I do like pushing them out a fair amount. You can actually kind of copy this line. This layer here. Cool. So unlock that. So we just have our base, kind of our reference anchor. Then we'll move this one out. Move that a little bit farther out as well. Now, our buildings have 2 sides to worry about. At least now we can see bases better, or we can plan those out. I think this would be less weird if my points were farther out. Or say either farther out or more forward. I think farther out's going to stretch them more. We'll be seeing more of the front than we would the sides. But if they were more forward, this would be more of this than that. That did not help any of what I was trying to say. That said, let's use this one as our height. We're not going to copy the other buildings exactly as they were. We'll be kind of doing our own thing. Nope, not that one. One thing I do mess up on, though, a lot is grabbing the wrong point. Or wrong converging line. And just ultimately messing up. So this one here, let's go up to this line, and that connects. Get that a little bit more thicker. A little bit more thicker, a little thicker. Good English goose. He's definitely an American. And then this one here. Connect to this one. Again, I almost put it up with the wrong line. They're too close to each other. For my eyes. Those. Come on. Good enough. Nope. I need you. Let's move this. Let's go ahead and reconnect these to their original spots. We'll move it behind it this time. And of course, like, one's not for the one closer this way, and for that one, there's 2 lines. You can mix them up as you want. This one will make it a bit wider in the back, however, still in line. It's going to be start there and there on its own layer. We'll lock that for now, so we can't mess with it. I do have the issue of drawing on the wrong layers, trying to resolve that by locking them. Just to break the habit for now. And one nice thing about these special rulers, as you can tell, it's going along, but my pen's going up, and it stays. Thank you, Clip Studio Paint, for really good rulers. And this one, we'll use this one to set our height, which is going to be a little bit taller than the other one. Go and move that one up, move this one up, get them to connect. And that gives us 2 more sides we can move, or yeah, 2 more edges we can create. Close enough. Adjust our last 2 converging lines. You can double check that by doing this. You can always just double check it by actually connecting the lines. Oh, good song. Let's go ahead and clean up to show, to only suggest the shape, but to, you know, also show solid faces. Wire boxing. And for anyone who's not familiar with Clip Studio Paint, if you can see me kind of making, you know, the random shapes, and it does not follow the guideline. The eraser tool does not. I did not know that until I was actually using it, and then it occurred to me, oh yeah, this one doesn't follow the lines, or doesn't follow the rulers. So you're able to make edits as you need to with the eraser, without having to shut your rulers on or off. That makes sense? It does, but for some reason seemed counterintuitive to me, because the ruler's on, and it's saying follow the rulers. But this one doesn't. Like, oh. Procreate follows the lines and pisses you off. See, that makes sense to me. Like, the ruler's on, so it should follow the ruler. Except, you know, different tools don't. It could be a setting. There could be, like, something in here, and it's like, follow those rulers or something. But then again, it's like, it's the erasers for making the edits, so why would it follow it? It's like, The one thing that, I mean, I get why it does it, but I always fuck up and it pisses me off, is that when you move your perspective ruler, it moves you to the layer that it's on. But I don't draw on this layer with the ruler. I only use it for the ruler. I always end up like half my drawings on that layer instead. I'm like, fuck. I could just, draw on that layer. However, if I'm doing multiple things, multiple layers that need that ruler, I don't want to draw on the ruler layer. And here's this one, kind of the same thing, but in 2-point. And go and turn these back on. So there's the 2-point version, and here's it in 1. We see with 1 we have 2 lines, or yeah, 2 axes that are always parallel, and the converging lines. But on this one, it kind of gives a more sense of rotation because only one axis is in parallel. And neither of them shows the roof because I went above the horizon line. Let's do almost 8. Yeah, we can do 3-point. That won't take too long. I don't have to rush anywhere anyways. Perspective ruler 3-point. Go and pull up the 1-point perspective rule. That is so many lines. So I need this one here. Oh, actually, I need the 2-point because that has my 2nd point. Of course, we're not going to be perfectly on it. This kind of gets us close enough. And now we have a 3rd point. And we'll could keep right here. But I'm actually gonna put it there. That may be interesting. Don't do that. Actually, one of these may be good too for that kind of starting angle. You go there. Kind of start you this spot. This is where we're gonna get a little extreme. So our first one's always the streets. Or the road, the thing that we're using to anchor the perspective. So we can kind of tell the space. Go unlock that. Move this one slightly off. Go there. Goes there. Now we have more lines to keep track of. And of course, if you wanted to, you could add more lines to the ruler. So that way you don't have to draw one and then move it. You can really actually wireframe out the shape. But that becomes very unruly when you have to keep track of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12 different lines. I need these lower. The handle's a little lower. Nah, unruly. It's a ruler. Nah. Take this one here. need to move these. One goes there. Should go there. That there. So I'm gonna go up to here. Connect. Nope. Then our last line. All right, first one done. Let's move these kind of in line. And we'll take, again, this one here. We'll make it a little bit farther behind. Though I didn't do it the first one, I will keep this one in line with the first. So they're on the same line. Don't have to, I'm just doing it to just to make it a little bit neater, easier to see. This one's gonna be huge. We can actually move that back, that closer in, shorten that up a little bit. Then this needs to move here. This one needs to move here. And do be careful. If you notice you make one small line movement, you have to adjust everything else to it. When you do in 3. Let's go ahead and make our base. This one, of course, taller. Adjust our lines. Adjust. Nope. A little bit too much of adjustment. Adjust our lines. I can move this one to the next one. Where is there? It is. Should be all my lines are up here now. Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and clean this up. It's supposed to be a lot more to clean up. I'll go pretty quick with it. It's like the shapes keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with each point. So I don't know if that's just me not setting up the lines right. Probably make them much farther out. I feel like these are more canvas than the last ones. That's because 3-point is also really good for, you know, the big scenes. You know, you're doing like a comic or a manga, and your hero's doing the sitting over the roof, looking down on the city, vigilante type pose, like Spider-Man, Batman type thing. Yeah, it's 3-point. That's the best for it. Because it's very, very dynamic. last time I did perspective Spider-Man drawing. Spider-Man, those comics were very good for showing off perspective because I feel like they, that's the scenic, the hero pose where he's gonna look over the city. Ooh, they're excellent for practice that way. Shots by mentor, how he draws for Marvel. Oh shit, that's cool. Shit. That kind of connection is insane for me to think about. I'm on trying to erase. I'm not on that layer. Whoopsies. I'm not doing anything. All right. And just I can actually unlock all of these. And there it is. That third point perspective, very dynamic. There are no tactically no parallel lines. Everything will converge. It's the up. Oh no. These ones here, the Z, I'm gonna call this the Z axis, is all parallel, but this one's not. They go inwards. It's very dynamic looking. Your luck though, someone know Adam's a photography mentor. It's like, oh, he draws for Marvel. Shit. Good networking. It is crazy luck, actually. But nice, though. Hopefully that gives you a little good knowledge. Yeah, see, not very static. He gave some great story writing tools. Ooh. Oh. Damn. Nice. This one looks like this one hovers because these are not in line. Though this one should be back. If you kind of see it, it's farther back, or you can see this one. This one's hovering more over the street. Ew, that's cool. Story writing and art tips from Marvel guy. And this one here, a little bit less, a little bit more dynamic, less static. Looks still kind of right. I think if I shaded, put grass here and kind of shaded out this the light and whatnot, again, this kind of gives that floaty feeling. But it's only like 2 boxes and a quote-unquote street. And then, boom, very dynamic. You're standing here, kind of looking up. Tall buildings, wide road. Again, floating just because no shading, nothing else really keeps the scene together. That's fun. I just want to keep that one simple. I went crazy last night. Let me show you. Where is that folder at? Last night was the 29th. That's this one. I did a little extra. This is kind of what I was doing last night. A lot of cubes. You can kind of see how well, or where they kind of should be. They're in line, in space. This one here, you can really tell depth. Things are floating. These are all kind of together. You can tell, you can kind of see the planes. I kept this one busy enough. And then this one, it kind of went extreme. And again, like blocks are floating. You can see kind of where a plane is, how things are supposed to be at. It's not perfect. Again, this one here looks kind of like it's floating. Or if you kind of tell your eye, it's more in than over. Or if you see it as a higher up, not back. But that just requires more things to really keep it together. But these are these kind of exercises. I think this one's the coolest one. I like this one a lot. Again, I just keep these blank or simple for right now. And this one really shows off the difference. This was a good one. I kind of know what I need to look at a little bit more to figure out. Like, these look way too big for what they should be. So I got to figure out. I need to practice putting the spots in better spots. Yee. That was fun.